Alicia spent over 50 community service hours at a preschool in a low-income area of Marin County, working with mostly Spanish-speaking students, their parents, and adult teaching professionals. The job was challenging and hectic, but Alicia handled the daily tasks with maturity and professionalism rarely found in a 16-year-old. In the spring, Alicia worked at a nonprofit publishing company in San Francisco's Mission District. She was looking for an ethnically diverse environment that would challenge her in several ways, and she found it. Her supervisor was sad to see her leave. I'm going to read you one of her journal, or two of her journal entries. The whole bus ride I'd been planning the conversation. I could think of nothing else. Dana, I asked as I approached her reclining in her office chair. Oh, hi, she replied as she continued to stare at her computer screen. I have something for you to do, but let me set you up in a computer over there. Actually, can I talk to you first? Sure, what's up? Well, I was wondering if I could do something other than working on CRM. I blurted out, afraid if I didn't say it fast enough, I wouldn't say it at all. Dana considered me with a confused stare that eventually turned into comprehension. She muttered, contemplating another task to give me. I think Arlene may have something for you to do. Okay, I responded, happy to see she was neither angry nor disappointed. As I approached the computer I had been working on for the past few weeks, I felt like a whole new person. My fear of confrontation had been lifted with one simple question. A simple question granted me what I wanted, what I thought I couldn't have. The world was open to me, and all I had to do was ask. Or so I thought. Community service is rewarding, enjoyable, and gives the doer a sense of fulfillment. My expectations were very clear when going into the internship phase of this year, and they have been quickly altered. Unlike the hands-on work I performed at the daycare center, I am now entering data, assisting with office work, and seeing none of the people I'm influencing in any way. My sense of fulfillment is not as great, but what I have realized is that fulfillment is a selfish way to give. That is giving to receive, not giving to help. This is number 11 of 13. So how much longer are you interning here? Erica asked as I pumped some soap into my hand. Well, I started here January, and next week is my last week, I responded, rubbing my hands together and the soap became foamy. That's a long time, Erica said, more to herself than me. Have you learned a lot? Have I learned a lot? I'm not sure. I contemplate the question, evaluating it and my experiences in New American media. Well, on some levels I think I have, but on others I have not. I have learned about their database. It is one of my best friends in the office. One thing I learned that was completely unexpected is office politics. They're like rats, hidden in dark alleys, ready to pounce at any trash thrown their direction. Teamwork and communication are important factors of working together, yet some individuals do not have the group's best interest at heart. Sometimes working with the same people makes you immune to their harsh comments or side remarks. Sometimes you learn to love them, even with their oddities. Everyone has found their niche and settled down. They have found a comfort zone that cannot be broken, except for the few loners who do not have a specific social position. The workplace is like high school, only more sophisticated. Academically, Alicia was nearly top of her class. She tests very well, better than most of her peers, but her writing was immature and wordy at first, rife with redundancies and vague descriptions. I returned many of her assignments to her, refusing to give her a grade until she revised the essay for conciseness and clarity, and she responded in kind, turning long-winded and unclear papers into vivid and clear writing. Alicia works hard, and she's open to constructive criticism. So she got bogged down and stressed out, and so she cheated. I don't know how many times she did that in her life, but she did it with me, and I busted her. I don't even remember how it went. But she sent me an email that night, and here it is. I felt that my actions today warrant an apology. I did not complete the reading, and that was entirely my fault. I have no excuses. This is eating me up. I was desperate, and now I feel terrible. I know what I can do to improve. Do the reading. I know you will never be able to see me in the same way. How can I make it up to you? I can't begin to explain how badly I feel about this, and how in some way I not only let myself down, but you too. You deserve better. I said, thanks for this note. A second chances do most, and most deserve one, including you. We all need to be more disciplined about our work habits and attitudes. Thank you again. Her last message. I'll be better. I'm working as hard as I can. I apologize. I'm embarrassed. She wrote a poem that, by the way, that's the only time anybody ever has apologized, I think, for making excuses. Alicia's poem, a certain part of the year, a student thought about leaving team. and the team students sat in a circle, and she had to explain it to them. And that night, Alicia went home and wrote a poem. She says, "This is something I wrote in light of the new situation. It's rough and not very good, but I can't sleep." And then she has a Michael Jackson quote. "If you want to make this world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change." Michael Jackson. The first encounters were awkward, even with good things to come. Names were not remembered, notes were read verbatim. The day hike fast approached, an attempt to knit us together, an attempt that will not go unnoticed, will stay in our minds forever. Schoolwork built up, community service added more. Chuck's unrelenting history greeted us as we walked through the door. We all became caught up in drama and the like, not looking too far ahead to our fast approaching Sierra hike. Monica's tragic injury prevented her from going. The view, nights, and experiences go without showing. The dynamic changed. Our group grew up, relating to one another, creating a newborn love, like someone loves their mother. Mountains and clear sky can do wonders to your life, giving new clarity to the never-ending strife. Functions were held at teenies' houses, bonfires on the beach, a nearly perfect world, now seemingly within our reach. All of this is good and well, but not for everyone. One among us is not happy when all is said and done. This year, this is about the ropes course. This year, Alicia is a senior. This is what I'm saying to the colleges. She's a senior, and she helps us by driving current students who are trained leaders of the Fort Miley Ropes course to their site in San Francisco. Our current students are required to facilitate teamwork and leadership activities alongside the paid staff at Fort Miley. And they manage safety systems when paying clients are climbing on systems of cables 30 feet up in the trees on course elements. Alicia also mentors these students who are new to the ropes course, guiding them to be professional and refining and checking their techniques. The safety of the clients depends on our students' diligence, and we trusted Alicia enough to offer her this paid position because we were sure she would proudly represent our program out in the field. Her written feedback about the students' performance are the best we've ever read, and her reports are an important connection to what goes on when we can't be out there directly supervising. Hey guys, so all in all, I think the teenies did really well, especially since they haven't been there since November, but as always, there's room for improvement. I feel like they didn't remember how cold it could be because Tess and Ari were shivering. Also, Elementary didn't have a rain jacket, and it started to rain somewhat. Could have helped. Ashley was well prepared with her attire. When we arrived, the teenies seemed lost about what to do. It took some coaxing and helping to get them started, but they didn't seem to have trouble remembering most of the setup. Everyone could use some practice with knots, especially the double figure eight on a bike. So she goes on to profile each student and how they did that day specifically. So I finished my letter with one sort of summative paragraph. Alicia is sensitive and tough. She is intellectually curious and emotionally stable. She is intuitive and thorough. She is reliable and mature. She was one of last year's top academic performers, and she was often the most helpful, supportive student in the class. I can't recommend Alicia highly enough. She is a fabulous person. Here are some final words. Edward Abbey, we read it in class. May your trails be crooked, winding, lonesome, dangerous, leading to the most amazing view. May your mountains rise into and above the clouds. All right, here's my attempt to sing. This is called Silent Air by a band called The Sound. Thunder in the air, before a storm that rips, anger in my heart, a finger on my lips. You showed me that silence that haunts this troubled world. You showed me that silence can speak louder than words. Words end in disaster, on the rocks in pieces. I know something lives on there, but I can't say what it is. You showed me that silence that haunts this troubled world. You showed me that silence can speak louder than words.